Hey everybody, Scott Jansen here. In this very quick video, I just want to answer the question about how to end an ACH session. So if you're not familiar, ACH is Advanced Conversational Hypnosis. It's a certain type of therapy that we teach, which definitely requires a certain way to end a session with a client. Now, even if you're not using ACH, let's be honest, you should be closing your sessions off like this because it will stop some big teething problems from occurring when it comes to booking in second sessions, implying doubt that maybe the session hasn't worked, selling packages, and all those sorts of things. So let's get into it very, very quickly. But like I mentioned, this is not just for ACH. You can definitely use this for more traditional hypnosis as well, and just use these steps. So how to end an ACH session. So in more traditional hypnosis, and I'm sure you guys are more familiar with, once you end the trance, you might book in that second session straight away. If it's the second, you book in the third, then the fourth, so on and so forth. You also might talk about how to use the audios and the homework, maybe informing your client of how they can get in touch with you, the support they get, and some of this stuff may have been done beforehand, but pretty typically that's how you end a session. Client goes home, and then you might see them a week later or something like that. Now, with ACH, we know we're definitely not fans of having multiple sessions, and we know that if we trigger processing, which is a certain part of the therapeutic structure, that processing will do the second session, the third, the fourth, et cetera, all those extra sessions without you being there. Now, if you're not really familiar with processing, just go through our YouTube videos. We've done several videos on that. I show you what to do, what it is, what to say, how to set it up, and all those sorts of things. And it's probably one of the most important parts of ACH. But back to this, how do we end a session with ACH? Well, as you can imagine, we do something slightly different. I'm going to give you word for word exactly what I used to tell my clients, how I used to end every session. Doesn't matter what the client came in for, how long they were with me for, what I was charging them, anything like that. I always closed every single session off like this because I don't want to see that client again. They don't need multiple sessions, and it is really the end part of the processing chat. So right at the end, guys, clients come out of trance. I've done the testing. I've done the tasking, I've done the processing chat. My client's still going to be rather tranced out. I just say these simple words. Congratulations and well done. Please get some sleep if you can and reach out to me if you need anything. Now, I chose those words very specifically. You reach out to me if you need anything. With more traditional, the therapist might say, I'll contact you, go and do this, join my Facebook group, here's how you get support. We don't do any of that. And let me show you why. We do not book in a second session or mentioned because of processing, okay? We don't want to book in anything straight away because we have to allow processing to occur. Now, if my client's sitting there and I've done this processing chat, the unconscious mind is starting to process, but then I'm talking about second, third, or fourth sessions, all those sessions are going to do is just interrupt what I've triggered naturally. Processing is 1,000,000 times more powerful than a second session, a third session. The processing takes care of those extra sessions. We do not need to book it in. We do not mention it. Also, we do not say to a client, hey, I'll call you and check up on you. All this does is imply doubt. Imagine catching a client at a bad time in their day and you call them and say, hey, it's Scott, your hypnotherapist. Hope you're doing well. Just wanted to catch up and see how you're doing. Now, there's nothing wrong with the way I said that, but what if I'm having an off day and I'm not really sure it really worked with the client and I start to imply some doubt? Maybe my inflection of my voice goes the wrong way and my client starts to sense some doubt in my voice. It could be just something very, very minor. All of a sudden, the client starts thinking, well, hang on, why is Scott calling me? He said I'd be okay. He said I didn't need a second session. Maybe it didn't work. He doesn't sound that confident. Maybe I shouldn't sound confident. And it just opens up a big can of worms, guys. So I never, ever, ever, not once, caught up with my client. I never checked up on them. I never gave them extra support. I told them they can contact me whenever they need to, and I will support them that way. But I do not make the first move. The last thing, if my client did reach out to me and say, hey, Scott, this has happened, it's all positive, but there's still this little bit of nagging issue with this. But if the client does reach out requesting another session because they've said that, I need to assess if processing has completed before booking in a second session. And 9.5, if not more than that, times out of 10, processing was still continuing. And all it required me was just to focus my client's attention on what is happening, maybe repeat the processing chat again, and off they went. It's like extra processing picked up in that. It sped up tenfold just from that little catch up. And that's what I used to call a little client catch up. But that was very far and few between, guys. And it's really that simple. That's how I ended every ACH sessions. Congratulations, well done. Please get some sleep if you can, and reach out to me if you need anything. I do not book a second session or mention it because of processing. I do not say I'm going to contact them at this certain time by this medium, because it implies doubt. And if my client reaches out to me, I need to make sure processing has completed. And what I'm looking for is, is my client sort of, and there's no real right way to say this, are they back to normal? Processing tends to make your clients confused, tired, have strange thoughts, go through a myriad of emotions. Sometimes they're happy, sometimes they're sad. That's what's supposed to happen. And good therapy triggers that every single time. So if my client's still a bit out there, like they can't quite piece their words together, they can't quite tell me what's going on, I can still see there's a lot of processing going on. They can't put the words together, even explaining it's a little bit tough. I've got to make sure, okay, my client's still processing. If I book in another session, I'm just going to interrupt that. So all I'm going to do is just focus my client's attention back to what they're doing, which is the processing, why it's so important, but also focus them on the positive stuff that has already occurred. Clients have a tendency to, they could have 100 positive things, ignore that, and just focus on the one negative thing. I think that's just human beings in general. So I'm going to focus my client's attention on all those 100 things. So that's it, guys. Hopefully that was informative. Very, very simple. Don't reach out to your clients. Don't book in a second session. Make sure processing has finished. If your client requires or requests another session, make sure you follow the steps. Very, very simple. Hopefully that was informative, guys. Thanks for watching.